You may have the best design concept in the world, but if your CAD drawing is riddled with spelling errors, your clients may have a hard time taking you seriously. Fortunately, AutoCAD provides a full-featured spell checker to help protect us from misspelled words. Let's take a look at the spell checker. We're going to open a drawing. We're going to look inside the Chapter 11 folder inside our exercise files directory. And I'm going to come all the way to the bottom of the list, and we're going to open up drawing number 8, the spell check drawing. I will highlight that guy and click open to bring him up on the screen. Now let's make the assumption I'm working on a paving plan. I need to repave this parking lot. Now I certainly don't have all of the information necessary for a paving plan, but I do have a parking lot and I have a fair amount of text. Let's use AutoCAD to check this drawing for spelling errors. If I want to spell check a drawing, I'm going to come up to my Tools pull down and I'm going to select Spelling. This will bring up my check spelling dialog. If I look at the top, this is where I can select where I want AutoCAD to look for spelling errors. Currently, it's set for the entire drawing. I don't always have to check the entire drawing. If I click the drop-down, I could limit my search to model space or the current layout if I wish. Or if I come down to the very bottom, I could spell check selected objects. Take a look at this little button. It's grayed out right now. If I select the Selected Objects option, notice this little button pops up. This is my Select Text Objects button. From this button, I could click and I could select the specific text items that I would like to spell check. In this case, I would like to spell check the entire drawing. So let's click the drop down and we'll set this to entire drawing. Now that I've told AutoCAD where to check, I'm going to come over and click my Start button. When I do, AutoCAD will pan and zoom around the drawing and search for spelling errors. Now, technically speaking, it's not necessarily a spelling error. It's just a word that AutoCAD does not recognize as being part of your current dictionary. The nice thing about AutoCAD panning and zooming to that area is that I can see that word in relation to the other words around it. Let me move my check spelling dialog up here. Now AutoCAD has found a word that was not in the dictionary, pre-form. That is obviously a spelling error. If I come down, I can see AutoCAD has a suggestion, perform, which is correct. If this is not in fact the correct word, AutoCAD gives me several other choices that I can select from. I am going to leave the perform suggestion. Now if I move to the right, here's where I can select how I want to deal with this misspelled word. I can click the ignore button to skip this instance. I can click the ignore all to skip all instances of this misspelled word. I can also change this specific instance, or I can change all and change every instance of this misspelled word. I'm going to click Change All. When I do, AutoCAD fixes the word and then it finds another one. Let me slide my check spelling just a little bit more to the left. Necessary. This guy's obviously misspelled. Once again, I'm going to come down and click Change All. AutoCAD has found another word. This word happens to be superpave. Now, superpave is a brand name, so this is not a misspelling. In this case, I'm not going to go with the suggestion. I can either ignore this instance of the brand name or I can ignore all instances. Instead, I'm going to add this word to my dictionary. This way, this word will never come up as a spelling error again. Let me click Add to Dictionary, and AutoCAD will move on. All right, AutoCAD's found another spelling error, or another questionable spelling. I've got a call out that should read stop sign. I've obviously spelled it wrong. Now, you don't want to always blindly click Change All, because sometimes the computer grabs the wrong word. In this case, I can see that its suggestion is actually wrong. It should be the next guy down. I need to select sign. That's what I want to swap this guy out with. And I'm going to click Change All. Now I'm seeing that AutoCAD is spell checking the street name. Now this street name happens to be spelled correctly. There's nothing wrong with this. It's not significant enough that I'm going to add it to my dictionary. So in this case, I'm just going to click Ignore. Just skip right past this word. All right, AutoCAD has finished spell checking the document. Let me click OK. And then we can click the X to close the check spelling dialog. Using the spell checker within AutoCAD eliminates the need for us to have a dictionary close by while we draft, and gives us the peace of mind of knowing that we are creating the highest quality construction document possible.